Welcome to the channel and welcome to another 40k Faceoff. This Faceoff sees 3 stinking Poxwalkers face off against 1 lowly Space Marine Scout Sniper. The Poxwalkers, which were painted by my friend Ed, are really nice. So let's, without further ado, have a look at what the setup is for this very small 40k Faceoff. Look how duty can be lonely, especially when you've got no way of contacting the rest of your squad. This little scout sniper here was left alone to basically survey his domain and to hold it at all costs, report back anything that he finds. He did not expect to find 3 Poxwalkers coming over the hill towards him. These guys, pretty single-minded in their intentions. They basically want to go over here and make him one of them. So without further ado, I think we should go to turn 1 for the Poxwalkers, let them move up a bit and see where they get to. These guys, objective equals brains. And this guy, objective also equals brains, but splattered brains. Turn 1 for the Poxy lads. Let's get our turn marker there. Cool. So these guys have a move of 4 inches, which is not very good at all. They are going to advance, obviously. Wow, 6. So they get a 10-inch move, turn 1. That's pretty good. So after turn 1 for the Poxwalkers, they basically managed to get over that hill and get closer to this here. I've measured it previously, and just in case these guys want to climb up there and eat his brains. We're going to need, what, just over 4 inches, or just over 3 inches to get up there to the first level. Yeah, so they could climb up there potentially if they get there. Whether they will or not, let's find out. As we move to the Space Marine, turn 1. Our friend up here is not going to move, and he's going to go straight to do some shooting. Let's get some headshots going. So, with a single shot from his sniper rifle, let's see if he can hit. The pressure's on. 3 up. And that is a good, confident hit. The strength of the sniper rifle versus the toughness of these guys means that it's a 3 to wound. A 6 will be a direct mortal wound. And that has succeeded, which is great news for the sniper. What's not a great news for the sniper now is that they get an armor save. I've just checked and they actually don't get an armor save, but what they do is they get something called disgustingly resilient. Basically, there's a chance that that bullet, well, yeah, did a wound, but it's actually just flown through the flesh, and nothing has actually happened to the Poxwalkers. So, on a 5 or a 6, disgustingly resilient, which I have a lot of experience with and I don't like, we'll save one of them. Boom, so there we go. So the first Poxwalker is dead. Poxwalkers also have a rule called mindless, where basically they do not have to do morale checks. So that was the end of the Space Marines turn 1. One of them's gone. Who should we take? We'll take that one. And yeah, just these 2 likely lads left. So we go to the Poxwalkers turn 2. Poxwalkers are going to advance. So what is it? 4 inches plus 5, 9 inches. Wow, that's pretty good. So yeah, going to move them up, which gets us here. So yeah, they're kind of not that far away from the Space Marine now. So we're going to move on because they can't shoot and they're definitely not psychic. There are a few things, they're definitely not psychic. Going to move on to the Space Marines turn 2. Stationary, potentially another day at the office here. He's just going to take a shot at the Poxwalkers down here. So we're going to hit on 3s. And he's missed. I'll be honest, I've played quite a few games with these scout snipers and they miss a lot. Well, they fail the wound. I think snipers aren't very good, to be honest. That's the end of his turn. So yeah, we're going to move on to Poxwalkers turn 3. So, in working out what I'm going to do here, what is it? It's, say, 6 inches to get there, and then, what, 10 inches to get up there. I think I'm going to opt to advance. Yeah, I think I'm going to advance and try and get to there, and then next turn, move there, and then try and charge him. Yeah, so let's see what we get for that. So I'm going to try and advance. I'm going to advance with the Poxwalkers, yeah, sorry. So 5 plus 4 is 9 inches, which gets us, let's have a look. So 6 and then 3, should we say, to get there? I think they can get up there, you know, because it's actually, that's the surface. So we'll say one of them gets up there and one of them doesn't. the nightmares come true, really, because one of these Poxwalkers has basically managed to climb up here. The other one's down there. Whoops, that was unintentional. There you go. I suppose he's looking up at the wall. Like, can you chuck me a rope or something? Nope. Maybe some intestines. So yeah, that's the end of the Poxwalker's turn. Now we move on to the Space Marines' turn 3, and I think he's going to chuck a grenade, actually. So, frag grenade. I've never actually thrown a frag grenade with a Space Marine Scout before, so let's see how we do. It's going to be D6 shots. He needs more than 2, really. 5, that's pretty good. 5 shots, going to be hitting on 3s. Quite a few fails there. 2 got through. That could be enough just to end this, to be honest. And they are, what, toughness 3, so strength 3, pretty low strength on a frag grenade, to be honest. So we're looking at force to wound. One of them successfully does. One of them is going to have to take a disgustingly resilient roll here. So let's see how that does, probably for the guy on the bottom. So on a 5 or a 6, does the frag just like go through them? And it does. Wow. I'm sorry, Mr. Space Marine, but that was ineffective. We're now on to, I think it's turn 4 for the Poxwalkers. So, I mean, come on, it's not looking good for the Space Marine. So let's move them up 4 inches to just outside of charge range. So basically that's their base movement now. This has gone a lot better than I expected for the Plague Marines, to be honest. I'd expected them to be like 1 left at this stage, but that's how it goes. We're going to roll the charge just as a formality. Wow, double 6, that'll do it, yeah. So they are basically going to be on top of this guy. The unknown soldier set upon here. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Space Marine Scout, but we'll roll the dice and see what happens. Much to my surprise, Poxwalkers get 2 attacks each, so we're going to look at 4 dice. Here we go, and what they hit on. Can't be good. Wow, 5s. I thought it would be 6s. Okay, so 5s to hit. None of them. Space Marine here gets 1 attack. No, he's not attacking as much. Hitting on 3s. Boom, that's a hit. His strength's 4, their toughness is 3, so he's going to wound them on a 3. Whoops. And he succeeds. Excellent news, Mr. Space Marine. They don't get an armor save, but they do get disgustingly resilient. You know, does his fist just go through the chest cavity of one of these guys? Or does he manage to take one down? So 5 or 6, and the Poxwalkers survive. I really hate disgustingly resilient. So we now move on to the Space Marines. I think it says turn 4. He has a pistol actually, which is good news for him. So he's going to hit them on a 3. And he hits. He's going to wound them on a 3. And he wounds. No armor save on it, but they get disgustingly resilient again. I'll pick a different dice. We all know how much that matters. So on a 5 or 6, another surviving Poxwalker. 1. Okay, so we got a splatter happening here, don't we? So I think we're gonna get rid of this guy. If anyone's wondering why, it's just because I really like this model actually. I think it's been painted so well. It's a nice model and my friends painted it well, and I want to keep that on the battlefield. Space Marine now gets to make his 1 close combat attack. He's going to hit it on 3s. Succeeds. Wound it on a 4. Succeeds. Now, this could be the decider, to be honest. Disgustingly resilient. If this is a 5 or a 6, the Poxwalker survives. If it's not, then the Poxwalker's dead, and the Scout Sniper has been a little bit more useful than I expected, based on my experience. Disgustingly resilient, 5 or 6. It's failed, and so with that, our unknown Space Marine soldier has survived. Another day at the office, things got a bit hairy there. They were all up in his grill, but he managed to kill 2 of them in close combat. A little bit of a shame that a sniper basically was most effective in close combat, where he only had a pistol in his fists, but you know, there you go. Sector clear. He can report back to his friends. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I always enjoy making these. They're really kind of quick, and they're kind of how I used to play the game when I was a kid, because I didn't have anyone nearby who played 40k. Yeah, that was pretty good. I've played against Poxwalkers before. They're really good for tarp hitting, sort of strong units. you don't mind if you lose them typically. On points, I think these guys are worth 18 points, and he's worth like 15 or something. So I think if points wise we wanted it to be exactly accurate, there should have been 2.3 Poxwalkers. So these were actually at a slight advantage, but you never know how the dice go. Yeah, so I think that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe if you have done. And thanks for watching 40K Faceoffs on Peacetime Painting.